What's going on, everybody? Spunky 991 coming you guys with another video. Coming at you guys with some news out of Philadelphia. So according to multiple sources, the Eagles have received multiple offers for quarterback Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, according to reports, despite the fact that the Eagles fired Doug Peterson and they hired Nick Sirianni, who was a protege of Frank Reich. He was the offensive coordinator in Indianapolis. Frank Reich, of course, being the guy that Carson Wentz had his most success under. Despite all that, despite the fact the Eagles were committed to trying to fix Carson Wentz without hoping that Nick Sirianni could fix Carson Wentz. Despite all that, Carson Wentz still wants out of Philadelphia. And like I said, Eagles received multiple trade offers, according to reports, for Carson Wentz. So when the Eagles hired Nick Sirianni, I obviously did not do a video on that. I did not make a video on that. It was an extremely underwhelming hire, in my opinion. I understood why they did it because, like I said, they were obviously committed to Carson Wentz. They were hoping by having a protege of Frank Reich that he can help fix Carson Wentz's career, save his career. But Carson Wentz, like I said, despite all that, still wants out of Philadelphia. But like I said, that hiring was just so underwhelming to me. I just really didn't care. I really didn't, and I don't really have any high expectations for this team next season, just being honest. But then again, I was very underwhelmed when we hired Doug Peterson a few years ago, and we saw where that led us to getting our first Super Bowl championship. So I'm going to give the guy a chance, but he's got to really go out there and show me that he was the right hire before I get excited about this, before I trust him. I guess that's the word I'm trying to find. Before I trust him. But back to Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz still wants out of Philadelphia. Eagles, like I said, have been open to them. They have now opened up trade offers for him. They've been listening, and they have received multiple offers, according to reports, for Carson Wentz. Not surprising, not surprising that there are teams that want to take a chance on Carson Wentz. And like I said, just my honest opinion, man, on this whole situation with Carson Wentz wanting out and the Eagles trading, good riddance. Just keeping it real. Good riddance. I was ready to move on for Carson Wentz after this season. So I have no I'm not upset about the Eagles moving on from him anyway. Like I said, man, one of the worst, like I said in the past, one of the worst decisions we ever made was giving Carson Wentz that contract. I got a lot of heat for that. A lot of people were mad at me for saying that. But I stand by what I said. And right now, I'm being proved right that, giving Carson Wentz that contract a few years ago was a terrible, terrible decision. One of the many terrible decisions by Harry Roseman. Somebody else, in my opinion, needs to go. So I'm all for this offseason, man. Getting Carson Wentz's contract off the books. Get rid of that atrocious contract. Moving on from a lot of these old aged players and just rebuilding the team. Because let's be honest, man, the Eagles are going into the rebuilding process. Harry Roseman likes to call it the retooling, but no, it's rebuilding. This team, as it currently stands, are not in any shape or form, they're not in no shape or form are they in position to compete for a championship. So, yeah. Good riddance, get Carson Wentz's contract off the book. He obviously does not have the leadership. He does not have if the reports are true that he really wants out, he obviously does not have the leadership or the maturity to, the balls to play in Philadelphia. It's that simple. He doesn't have that thick skin. He does not have that leadership. And what is so obvious is the way this team plays when other quarterbacks are out there, Nick Foles, Jalen Hurts. You see a much different team. Like, even the most hardcore Carson Wentz fanboy, there's no denying that you see a different team when those guys are out there versus Carson Wentz. To me, it's pretty clear that there are some guys on this team that don't like playing with Carson Wentz, and they play better when he's not on the field. To me, that's pretty clear. But yeah, man. Like I said, get his contract off the books. Move on for Carson Wentz. Let's give Jalen Hurts a full season to see, full season to see how he does You know, 4 seasons as a starter. And just evaluate to see what we got with Jalen Hurts. He showed some promise. He made some mistakes, but he's a rookie, so I expect him to make rookie mistakes. Carson Wentz was making rookie mistakes in his 5th NFL season. So, yeah, you know, I'm really over the whole Carson Wentz train. I've been over it for a while. You know, that contract, like I said, was a bad decision, terrible decision. And I said that years ago, and I got a lot of heat for it. I got a lot of hate for it. But I don't regret saying that, and I've been proven correct that it was a terrible decision to give him that contract. And now the fact that he wants to complain and demand a trade, just more reason for me to say good riddance, goodbye. Best of luck to you elsewhere. You know, I would not be surprised if the Colts are one of those teams that reached out to the Eagles. You know, Frank Reich over there in Indianapolis. You know, obviously Wentz had the most success in his career with Frank Reich as offensive coordinator, the guy who I felt was the true brains of our team's success during that Super Bowl season. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Colts are one of those teams. Another team, possibly a couple more teams, New England possibly, New Orleans possibly. I would not be surprised if those teams have reached out to the Eagles. But you know, if we do trade Carson Wentz, then I want a good price for him. You saw exactly what the Detroit Lions got for Matthew Stafford. I want you know, draft picks and you know, compensation in that range. So yeah, you know, if we do move on for Carson Wentz, I want us to get some of that, you know, get some of that value back, you know, trading up for him that high in 2016, that contract. You know, I want value for Carson Wentz, you know, if we do end up trading him. But like I said, man, best of luck to Carson Wentz elsewhere. I think it's in the best interest for both sides at this point. I think it's in the best interest for both sides to just move on. Move on. Maybe draft a quarterback in this year's draft, but give Jalen Hurts a chance to prove himself, to show what he can do. I'm all for that. So yes, once again, news out of Philadelphia. The Eagles have received multiple offers for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, according to reports, he wants out of Philadelphia, despite the fact that the Eagles were, you know, they were obviously very committed to keeping him. That's why they hired Nick Sirianni, in hopes that Nick Sirianni would be able to help, you know, to be able to help fix Carson Wentz and, you know, save his career. That was their hope. But you know, despite all that, Carson Wentz apparently still wants out of Philadelphia. He still wants to be traded. And like I said, man, good riddance. Best of luck to Wentz elsewhere. You know, I don't hate the guy, but I'm just ready to move on. I'm ready to move on from the Wentz era. I'm all Wentzed out, if that makes sense. You know, I'm ready to move on for the Carson Wentz era in Philadelphia. You know, it's time to clear house, get rid of a lot of these ridiculous contracts. Carson Wentz contract being one of them. You know, Alshon Jeffrey, another contract. Deshaun Jackson, somebody that can never stay healthy, he can go. Zach Ertz is another player that is reportedly going to be, you know, the Eagles are seeking to trade him. Get rid of a lot of these old aging players and these players that, you know, have not lived up to their contracts. You know, get rid of them. It's time to move forward, man. You know, this team, like I said, they're in no position to compete for a championship anytime soon anyway. So just focus on your young talent, developing your young talent, drafting good, which you know, we got to start drafting a whole lot better. But just focus on developing your young talent, cheaper talent, obviously, and look, you know, start focusing on the future of this team, because what we see right now, man, a lot of these Super Bowl veterans, man, it's time to move on for them. It's time to stop living in the past, and it's time to move forward with this team. The 2021 Philadelphia Eagles, I don't have high expectations for them. I'm not expecting anything super this season, you know. So that's the way I'm going to it, man, because I went to this season with high expectations, the season before that with high expectations, only for those high expectations to be, you know, only for them to plummet. So I'm just going to this season with a let's see what happens type of season. I'm going into it with a, you know, with a mindset that we are in a rebuilding season. We are in a development season. So I just want to see a season where, you know, I can see young talent are progressing the right way. So we shall see. But yes, go ahead and make the deal happen, Roseman. You know, Roseman's somebody else. Like I said, I want to see him going as well. But it doesn't appear that Lurie's going to let Roseman go. Roseman is obviously one of his BFFs. You know, he loves Harry Roseman. So it appears that we're stuck with Harry Roseman for at least one more season. But make a move happen, Roseman. Get some good value for Carson Wentz, and let's move on. That's all I gotta say about it. I'm not gonna come in here and just bash Carson Wentz, like, you know. I'm just gonna say let's move on. Good riddance, best of luck elsewhere, Wentz. It's time for the Eagles and the Carson Wentz. It's time for us to divorce and go into a new direction. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. What do you think about the Eagles trading Carson Wentz? I know there are still many in this fan base who are diehard Wentz fans. You know, I don't hate the guy as a person. I'm just tired of seeing the same crap. You know, he's obviously regressed, and I think a change of scenery is good for him. And I think the Eagles moving on and seeing what we got in Jalen Hurts, let him continue to develop, having a full season as a starter. I think it's in the best interest for both sides just to part ways. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. We'll see what happens, man. If a trade happens in the next day or two, of course, I'll be on here to report to you guys. I know I've been away for a while, man. I just been focused on life these past couple weeks, man. You know, I just been focusing on life. But yeah, if any more news come out very soon about this, of course, I'll be back on here to talk about it. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. As always, go Birds. Spunky Nice 91 is out of here. Fly, Eagles, fly. Peace.